Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh. Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule exceedingly well. And blessings to the hopeful elect pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. Basically, I wanted to go into this video here, man. Because what inspired me was the algo that the brothers did, the elders, Ariala and the elder from London over here, Rakah Yaquam, which did a World War III algorithm, man. And basically, they're showing us the actual shift of power from America over to these other nations, man. Like, you got the BRICS nations, you got Russia and China. All right, they're basically they're looking to do deals negating or going around using the dollar now, man. All right. So what I did was I typed in China Petro Yuan, and I got two articles that I'm gonna go into. And the first one here is dated the 8th of January 2018. All right. So it's a fresh article. So let's get into it. It says it's from oilprice.com, and it says Iran sanctions will help China's Petro Yuan. And if you know anything about the Petro Yuan, that was introduced, or the first time I heard about it, because hey, we're supposed to be watchmen. I don't know when brothers picked up on the Petro Yuan, but I first heard about it, or the hype of it, last year. And basically now China has introduced this Petro Yuan, because I don't know if you ever heard of the petro dollar. They're basically looking to trade oil outside of using the petrodollar now, man. They're looking to use the Petro Yuan, which the Petro Yuan is also going to be a gold-backed currency. And that's why all these other nations are now looking to do business with China, because contrary to a popular belief, America actually imports more from China than it exports. All right. So they need China. But at the same time, they can't stop China from becoming so powerful. Okay. Now, this is nothing but infighting, because the scripture says Satan divided against Satan. All right. Now, we're going to get into that. Okay. But it says Iran sanctions will help China's Petro Yuan. So let's go into it. And after this, we're going to get some scriptures, man, Lord willing. It says, in a few days, US President Trump may try to reimpose sanctions on Iran, a dramatic step that could heighten tensions between the two countries. Some analysts believe that the move could contribute to a much broader global economic power shift from the US to China. Now, this is nothing but the heathen raging. The scripture says, why did the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing, because we know who the next power is going to be. It's going to be ours, baby. All right, the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, and we're going to be joint heirs with him. All right, and Lord willing, we're part of that, the first resurrection, and we're going to basically walk into the kingdom, man. All right, as it is written, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. We're going to take the kingdom, man. We're going to be taking that. It ain't going to be left to these other nations. It says the connection between the issues may not be obvious at first glance, but by seeking to isolate Iran from the international market, Iran could look elsewhere, because the global oil trade is conducted in greenbacks. The US Treasury was able to restrict Iran's ability to access the global financial system in the past. And the brothers, the elders, were going into this, man. They were saying, look, this is nothing but economic warfare. It's basically siege warfare. The reason why America's been able to be at the top for so long is because they've been restricting other financial gains from these other nations. All right. They've been controlling the markets. But now that America is losing its grip and losing its foothold within the market, hey, that siege warfare is null and void now. So now all the weak are saying, I am strong. Now they're looking at America like, has thou become as weak as we? So we're going to get into some scriptures, man. This is beautiful news. Hey, man, I commend, Brakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on the elders to do this algo, which now has sparked up my spirit. Hey, it's pure fire, man. I suggest you brothers watch it, and Lord willing, I'm gonna link it in the bottom of this video in the description. Okay, it says the US Treasury was able to restrict Iran's ability to access the global financial system in the past. That made it extremely difficult for Iran to sell its oil prior to the thaw in relations in 2015, which kept millions of barrels of daily oil production on the sidelines. Now, do you think Iran really wanted to see that happen? Do you really think Iran wants to see its oil that it can actually sell? It's perfectly sellable. Do you really think that they want to see it sitting there on the sideline gathering dust? No, they don't. All right. So let's read on. It says, this time around, however, the US will likely go it alone. The Trump administration won't have the backing of the international community in its campaign to resurrect sanctions against Iran, which will make isolation much more difficult. A few months ago, Goldman Sachs predicted that unilateral sanctions from the US could affect a few 100,000 barrels per day from Iran. But without help from the rest of the world, the effort would not curtail nearly the same amount of oil as the last time around. Now, this is the point. Moreover, some analysts argue that the Washington crackdown could merely push Iran to begin selling oil under contracts dominated in yuan rather than dollars. Now, we know that, hey man, whenever you got, I mean, you can even look at niggas on a block, all right, selling crack, or over here in London in the council estates, or from the boots of their car, or whatever the fuck they sell it from, man. All right, nothing but witches and warlocks. Whenever you got a rival drug dealer, all right, stepping on your turf and looking to sell the same thing that you're selling on your turf, or making to do trade or transactions and not kicking you a side piece, all right, then there's going to be trouble, man. There's going to be war. There's going to be blood flowing in the streets. And that's why, look, man, the Lord said in the last times there were going to come wars and rumors of wars. And this is what you're seeing, because now Iran is being pushed to dealing with China rather than dealing with America. Because, look, man, America is losing its grip. It ain't got the international backing that it had before. Okay? So now let's go into the other article before we get into the scriptures, man. All right, we're going to read a couple paragraphs of this. It says, will the dollar survive the petro yuan? This one was dated January the 14th. Again, 2018. It says, this might seem a frivolous question. While the dollar still retains its might and it's universally accepted in preference to other less stable fiat currencies, yeah, at the moment, it's in preference, but it's weak. And it's weakening. Okay? Because everyone's beginning to see that the dollar is nothing but, look, man, everyone knows that America is just laden with that thick clay, which is abatya in the Hebrew, which is debt, heavy debt. All right. If you go to the US debt clock, you can see the amounts of money that they owe, man, and they can't pay that back. All right. And all they do is keep printing money. They keep printing money and pushing it out throughout their economy. And all of a sudden, the value of it gets weaker. Why? Because there's so much. All right. Because it's all about supply and demand. And the more that you have of something, the less valuable it is. And so therefore, America is through. However, it is becoming clear that at least to the independent monetary observers, that in 2018, the dollar's primacy will be challenged by the yuan as the pricing medium for energy and the other key industrial commodities. After all, the dollar's role as a legacy trade medium is no longer appropriate. America, you better step aside, man. All right, America, you ain't dominating the currency anymore, man. You ain't the dominating currency. You ain't dominating the economy anymore. You're through. You're finished. Okay. It says, given that China's trade is now driving the global economy, not America's, because China's trade is now driving the global economy. All right. Now they've even introduced a train system to make trades from the east and to the west. All right. They don't even have to look, man. They've cut out the middleman. And whenever you cut out the middleman gets pissed. The middleman gets angry. And in this case, who's the middleman? America. All right. So now let's get in the scriptures, man, because this is beautiful times that we're in, man. Okay. I'm gonna go to Matthew 12. Let's go to Matthew 12 and the 26th verse. And it says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. Then, in fact, let me start from 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And this is a kingdom divided against itself, man. All right. You got all the other nations now. They're coming up against America. All right. You Edomites, your kingdom is through. White supremacy, that's through. It's out the door. All right. The wicked getting in control of the earth. Hey, man, you're going to be taken out of the way, man. All right. You're going to be taken out of the way. Right now, you're hearing of the wars and rumors of wars, but the ultimate war, the Lord's going to bring it to your doorstep, man. That's when the Lord's going to come with them chariots, man, with power in heaven and great glory, man. All right. It says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? So the Lord, our very own Lord, Yahushua, said, look, if a kingdom is divided against itself, all right, in this case, this is Satan's kingdom, okay, then how should his kingdom stand? And this is what we're saying. Like, now Iran is looking to all these other nations. They know that China is a greater producer for them than America is. So they're going to go towards China. Now everyone's looking to, look, fuck the petrodollar. We're going to trade in the petro yuan. And it's a stronger currency. Why? Because it's gold backed. All right. Nixon removed the gold standard. Hey, these notes, this fiat currency, the paper that you hold in your wallets, all right, the American dollar is worth jack shit. And this is the reason why all these other nations, they're now looking at America and being like, look, man, you through, man. You're weak. You ain't got the stronghold that you used to have. And America, the way they were doing that is because they had Esau has the blessing of the sword. All right. In fact, let me go to Revelation 6:4 real quick. Okay. This is, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and it was given unto him a great sword. Now we know, according to the history, Esau's blessing, he was given the blessing of the sword until this very day. All right. And now they've got them nuclear missiles. Okay. And them nuclear missiles are going to be shot on America, man. 200 million of them, man. And America's going to become a lake of fire. All right. And a desert, man. All right. And it's going to be left there for a memorial unto all. All right. That lived ungodly. Because why? Sodom and Gomorrah was just the same. The Lord left that there as a memorial. All right. And what do they pass in America? Laws passing bestiality, homosexuality, giving out bravery awards for transgenderism. And because they've done all of these things, hey man, the Lord is basically bringing judgment upon them. Okay. And the Lord said, look, this time is going to be the worst time since there was a nation on the face of the earth. You can read that in Daniel 12. But the point says that the horse was red and power was given unto him. Now red, all right, that represents Edom, all right, and horse represents power. That's where you get the term horsepower from, all right. And it was given unto him to take peace from the earth because he's ruled the nations in wrath. And now the other nations are looking at him and being like, look, man, we're fucking sick and tired of you. Like, you know, when you was at school and you had a bully in a playground all the time, getting on your fucking nerves, all of a sudden, hey, man, someone just stands up to him and just, look, enough is enough. And now this is what's happening with America. They're now losing that status of the big bully in the playground. Okay? It says, and it was given unto him a great sword. So that's it on that. All right? And that's Esau's blessing, the sword, man. So what we was going to get into, let's get Isaiah 9:5 real quick. Because since I spoke about the missiles, Isaiah 9:5 says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Just check out 300. Check out movies like Troy, Kingdom of Heaven. Battles and garments rolled in blood. Heads rolling, arms, limbs being chopped off. Check out Vikings, guys screaming. You got lions being broken, all of that. Sword, shield, buckler, all of that. All right, but this war is going to be with burning and fuel of fire. Now, is that so hard to believe? Given the fact that we actually have nuclear missiles and all the other nations now have nuclear missiles. Now, the fact that Esau was given that great sword, his power to rule over the nations was in that nuke. But now all the other nations have nukes, have nuclear capabilities. So now America has lost its power even on the military front. Okay? Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Okay, let them come up. And that's that Satan be divided against Satan. All right, his kingdom shall not stand. And we're seeing Esau's kingdom crumble, man. And that's why we say, hey,